So we're sitting here with Lauren Stein and myself, and have a spoon. Never attacked anybody with a spoon before.
First for everything.
Yeah, especially not a plastic spoon.
Most dangerous of all attack swords.
I know, right? And then Koach's in the background there, but apparently he's already been interviewed. So this is basically just me and Lauren. She does improv, by the way. So anybody want to check her out? She's got a couple of websites and posts and stuff. She's an interesting person.
Thank you. I've never had the table turned on me this way. I show up to interview someone and he's interviewing.
I'm not interview. I'm recording our interview.
Okay.
I'm introducing you.
How long are your videos usually?
They range. The YouTube videos are anywhere over 2 minutes. But that's just because I can't upload to my blog directly videos that are over 2 minutes.
This might be 20 minutes.
That's fine, so I'll put it on YouTube. Usually I do 1 minute videos, WhatsApping myself, and then they go straight on my blog. But anything over a minute and a half, 2 minutes, I have to put on YouTube because it's too much to upload directly to my blog.
Okay. So the internet is going to get face full of this. Are you ready for me to start my interview?
Yeah, go for it.
It's great. Part 2. Any minute now, Koach is going to start recording, and it'll be a meta, and then there'll be like a live stage, and okay.
Are we breaking the fourth wall here?
Never.
Never.
I'm a clown. I don't break walls.
Okay. Especially not in Israel because they're all made of stone.
Oh my God.
If it was back in Toronto, they're all made of drywall, and you just one light tap.
Really easy.
Yeah.
I'm downright amazed at how much I can destroy with just a hammer. Do you know that musical reference?
No.
Okay, I was impressed. You know Black Box Recorder, but you don't know Adam and his package. I'm gonna stop now. We're gonna start recording.
Okay.
Next level. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Here I am with Ben Silver. This is a recording within a recording. While I'm doing audio, he's doing video. He just introduced me, and now I'm introducing him. It's very meta. It's a very interesting interview. It hasn't even began. So I like to start with how I know somebody. And my story of meeting Ben Silver is kind of magical.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what are the odds that we met? So I'll tell the story, my version. Maybe then you can tell your version.
Okay.
I had heard it was a thing to go to the hotel for 40 days and that all your dreams will come true. So what happened is on the stairs, I saw, I guess, somebody wearing a Canada hat. I think that's what it was.
Might have been.
Do you own a baseball cap that has so then this story checks. And I said, "Oh, wow. Somebody who's heard of Canada. That's a rarity in Israel."
And I have a Canadian flag in my bag.
It was in I didn't even see it, but all I must have inferred from the hat. And so I stopped and chatted, and we had good conversations, good flow.
Yeah.
So 2 things came out of my 40 days at the hotel. One is I moved in with Ricky into Nachlaot, and the other is I met Ben Silver.
Is she Canadian?
So technically her father is.
Okay.
So she identifies as Canadian.
Okay. I don't know who Ricky is. As far as I know, I've never met her.
You might have met her.
Maybe.
So I'm just very excited, and I've mentioned you on my blog before, but so Ben has his own blog and apparently YouTube channel, which gets more views sometimes than my blog,
Not often. Usually it's like 2 to 10 views.
but sometimes it's 600.
Yeah, once. One time 600, one time's 300, one time like 100. It's rare. Usually like 2 and 10.
Okay, the algorithms do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to it. Where were you born?
Branson Hospital by Finch and Bathurst.
Branson Hospital, Finch, because I feel it sounds like Brampton, but it's not. It's
No.
Branson. Okay.
It's North York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I was born in North York.
Where?
Like, the hospital was like Leslie.
In Shepherd?
Yeah.
General Hospital?
North York General
North
Hospital.
York
Huh?
Yeah.
It's great.
I've walked back from
You were
there.
born on the
That's
TV
a
show.
long
Huh?
walk. General Hospital's a TV show?
It used to. I don't know if it still is.
We have Koach in the background.
Luke and Laura, and what was the name of their kid?
Yeah.
But was it North York General Hospital?
No, it was just called General Hospital. They were based in New York.
Ugh. New York, not North York. So the inferior version. Okay. So we know where you were born, Finch and Bathurst, which is properly Toronto. I mean, I want to clarify because this is an interesting fact. This is exciting. I do feel like I'm being interviewed because this is what I would say if someone were interviewing me. At the time of my and your birth, North York was a separate city that was not Toronto.
Really?
You didn't know that?
No.
The mega city happened in the 90s, I think 96, where 6 independent cities became...
Talking about Etobicoke and Scarborough and Mississauga. And...
Not Mississauga, that's still a separate
I
city.
don't know.
But yeah, York, or Toronto as it was renamed, I don't know, 150 years ago. I was a tour guide, so I knew the exact date at one point. So it was, Toronto was York, so North York and East York. I don't know if there's a West York, but you get the drift. We're not in England, but, you know, British people created Canada to colonize it and turn it into, and name places after people. Back to point. Okay, so you're born in North York. This is the start of your story. Then what happened? Next day. No, just kidding.
I don't know. No idea.
So you were,
Sometime in the first week or so, I was issued a birth certificate.
so you were raised in an Orthodox family.
Yeah. Modern Orthodox. My mother has leanings to ultra-Orthodox, and my father has leanings towards conservatism. Although he did go to Orthodox yeshivas.
Okay.
Yeah, for high school. I don't know what his elementary school was like.
How many siblings do you have?
3.
So you're one of 4.
Yeah. I'm the youngest boy, and my sister's younger than me.
Okay.
She lives in Carmiel.
Is that in Israel?
Yeah.
Great.
It's 40 kilometers from Tzfat.
Did she make Aliyah first, or did you?
She did. She moved here like 2006 or something.
And when did you come here?
The first time, the last time,
To move, to live here?
2018.
Okay. So you've been here 7 years.
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
Pros and cons.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So I think we've covered your childhood, unless there's anything else you want to say about it.
I mean, I lived in foster care. I lived in a group home. I lived in yeshiva dormitories. I lived with my parents together. I lived with my parents separately. I lived with my cousin for like 10 days.
You've had a lot of experiences.
Who hasn't?
And those were all in North York / Toronto?
Well, a lot of it was in Thornhill.
Oh, Thornhill.
Yeah, when I was 5, we moved to Thornhill.
Okay. Wow, I thought we had so much in common, but I feel like we're cities apart.
Technically.
Yeah.
Technically, once you pass Steeles.
That's it. It's a new subway, or they don't have subways up there. New bus.
You go from the M's to the L's.
Oh, in postal codes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's good to know.
Vaughan is L's, Toronto is M's.
Right. Is Thornhill in Vaughan?
Yes.
Is Vaughan
Vaughan
like
is in York region.
like a region? So
I don't know. I
York
can't.
is
I
a
don't
region,
understand it for the
Thornhill
life of me.
City.
Where's Thornhill? Where's Richmond Hill? Where's Concord? Where? I don't understand where any of these divisions. You're telling me North York was a separate city.
Yeah,
I
it had a
didn't-
mayor, Mel Lastman, who became the
He's
first
still-
mayor of
isn't
Toronto.
he still in there?
He's not alive anymore.
Oh, whoops.
But there's
He's the guy
still
from Nobody Furniture.
yeah, the Bad Boys Furniture.
Yeah.
Nobody. Who's better price than us or whatever. He there's still the Mel Lastman Square and
Yeah.
the area named after him, so he lives on.
Sponsorships, folks. Sponsorships.
Do they still exist? That furniture store? I don't actually know.
I don't know.
I'm just excited because I'm always meeting, like, let's say New Yorkers who want to talk about intersections and details about New York, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about it. I want to talk about Toronto all day, clearly. So I don't get to hang out with enough Torontonians. That was part of why I enjoy talking to you.
Okay.
Also because you like me and not everyone does. So that's another thing I like talking to you about.
What am I, chopped liver?
You also like me, Koach.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you. I guess I have it better than I think. So family, parents divorced, foster, a cousin for 10 days, colorful life and stories so far. And that's just the beginning.
That's the beginning. You're talking about the first 16 years of my life.
For 16 years. I want to make sure that the camera can pick up everything you're saying. So
The camera?
the audio.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my voice is a little bit hoarse right now. I don't know why.
Yeah, you sound different from how you normally sound.
Yeah, I went through about an hour of this last night.
Of what? Being interviewed?
No, being hoarse.
Oh, you're a horse now.
Yeah.
I thought you were a
I'm
human.
Ed the horse.
What?
Ed the horse.
You're Ed, though. You're talking Ed.
Yeah, I'm talking Ed.
He's not from Toronto.
As opposed to, what was that puppet from
Ed the Sock?
Ed the Sock?
Much
There you go.
music. I had the CD. I probably still have it.
Koch likes to watch Zeducation. He doesn't know about the TV shows that was on Friday nights at 11:30.
Yeah, and you know he recorded his own song.
Ed the Sock.
Yeah, not his song. I think it was a Billy Joel cover of "I Might Be Crazy."
I don't know. I only watched that show for one reason.
The girls.
Okay, two reasons. I watched it because of the girls, and because it was Friday night at 11 o'clock, and I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself.
Because you weren't keeping Shabbat at that time.
Yeah,
Are you keeping Shabbat now?
somewhat.
So it's been a journey.
It's always a journey. Life is a journey.
How did you end up on the stairs in the old city?
I spent 6.5 years hanging around a Russian crowd in Toronto, somewhat Chabad, somewhat not. And it just dawned on me one day that my life was going nowhere. I wasn't meeting any women to date. I wasn't getting any job offers. My efforts to make an income were going nowhere. And I said, Israel, I'm going to go be homeless in Jerusalem and pray for miracles.
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
Were you homeless in Toronto?
No, I spent one night. When I came back from yeshiva in 2012, I took the overnight bus Thursday night, and I came back Friday morning, and I went to one of the rabbis for the meal Friday night, and he asked me if I wanted to stay by him because I didn't have anywhere, and I was too embarrassed to accept his hospitality. Plus, I didn't really think he had where to put me, and so I spent that night in a park. But other than that, I'd never. I mean, there are many times I've been kicked out of places and didn't know where to go, but somehow managed to find a place before nightfall. But that was the first time I'd ever actually slept out other than camping.
And you liked it?
No, the park bench I found was way too small and way too uncomfortable.
But it was enough to make you say, I want to experience homelessness.
Well, I mean, that was 6.5 years later, 6.5 years later, and I was like, I need some miracles, and where else can I hope for miracles other than Jerusalem, ostensibly near the Kotel, Western Wall, ostensibly our holiest place in the world.
Right.
Universe.
And I assume that miracles happened.
I mean, there have been some very interesting occurrences. I wouldn't say there have been miracles.
It's a matter of labels, whether we call it a miracle or not.
Well, my finances have not dramatically improved. My dating life is still in the toilet. I still don't have citizenship here after 7+ years. I still don't have proper health care. But some interesting things have occurred. I'll give you an example. The first Rosh Hashanah, I went up to Meron. And I pitched my tent in a park there. And as I'm about to go up to the grave, to the
And just to clarify, Meron is a city or an area up north where there are kevarim or graves of...
Rashbi and a bunch of other great rabbis from the Talmud. So as I'm finishing putting up my tent, I'm about to go up to the Rashbi. Somebody calls out, "Hey, Silver!" I'm like, the voice kind of sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is. He says, "I was at your bris."
And he recognized you from your bris? I imagine you look different.
It was like, what the hell? The only people I know are at my bris are family. So apparently I know his father. That's how his voice sounded familiar. But he apparently had been at my bris.
So you knew his father and recognized him from...
Well, his voice.
Wow, but you didn't know who he was.
No.
That's wild.
Yeah. So that was one very interesting occurrence. And a few years ago, I was sitting on the steps, not where you saw me, but at the bottom. And I'm sitting there spacing out. And there's this girl. And she looks so familiar. I can't place it. And then I turn my head like 2 inches, and I'm like, holy shit, Tova Adler. This girl I had a crush on when I was 14, 15 years old. And the girl I'd been staring at and not thinking about was her daughter, who looked exactly the same as her when she was 14, 15. So those are like the two amazing, interesting occurrences that have happened in like the last 7 years.
Wow.
I mean, meeting you was very nice. I'm not denying that.
Thanks for putting that on the list just because I'm in the room.
Well, when people ask me why do I like Lauren, I don't know. There was this vibe. It was like I never had that vibe before. You know, it was just something about it, just amazing. You know. So,
Thanks. I feel like we met because I remember you told me about that story you just said about Tova Adler. You told me that the day we met. I feel like maybe you and I
it
met like
impressed the hell out of me.
like it was like the same day or something. You were like this thing that
it wasn't
just
the same day because
Okay.
I was in a different location.
Okay.
It might have been the same summer. We met Pesach time, and I met her summertime.
Right.
So it would have been like the year before.
Yeah. And it was 2.5 years ago, I think.
So then I met her like three plus years ago, or it could have been even 4 years ago. I don't know. It was just I never expected to see her again. Like I knew her as a teenager, and other than that, my first girlfriend, she showed me a photo of the two of them sitting on a bed in the dorm rooms where my first girlfriend had been in seminary. Other than that, I never
Of the
saw...
mother and daughter sitting.
No, of Tova and my first girlfriend.
Okay.
And I other than that, I never saw Tova again. I never expected to see her again. So she lived down the block when I was 14, 15.
That's
that was
so
about
funny.
it.
And it just so happens at one point I met who I think is her brother.
Could be.
Yeah.
Older or younger?
I don't know. How old is
She's got two brothers. One of them is, let's see, 4 years younger than me, and one of them's probably like 4 years older. So either like 38 or 46.
Probably older. But we're not going by names. We're
I
going
can't remember their names.
Okay.
I know she's got an older sister, Chevy, but her two brothers, I can't remember their names.
I think this
She's also got a
conversation
younger sister.
is a lot more interesting for me than
What's
for my
her sister's
listeners.
name?
So, okay, so you're living a very holy experience. Are you still, you go to the old city? Do you still do that?
Yeah, I was there this morning.
How was it?
Usual.
What are the people like?
Depends who.
So, have you begged on the streets in any other city in the world?
No.
So you can't compare.
I tried to ask some friends back in Toronto, but they all just kind of,
They wouldn't give you money.
no.
But here, more success.
Yeah. I was tempted to go to New York, but I didn't know how to organize a driver and where to go and stuff like that. But I saw a lot of Hasidim coming to Canada and all over the world going collect, so I figured, hey, in Israel, it's a thing to do.
To collect money.
Yeah, and if they can come all over the world, I can go to there. Now, some people think I'm nuts that there's no money in Israel, but there is. There are billionaires here, there are millionaires here. There are people who have money. It's a matter of getting your message out and a matter of reaching the right people and showing that your cause is justified.
What's your message?
That I'm fucked up and need help.
And what's your cause?
Trying to build a life.
Have you noticed that there are people who are gathering around you to help you and support you? Or do you not know because it's kind of behind the scenes?
It seems to be more behind the scenes.
Okay, because it's there.
So I've been told, and I gauge it according to what I see as the results. I know you're not supposed to gauge according to the results, but that's...
What is it like begging in the old city?
Usually it's boring. It's like a day job. You know, I'm usually one of like 5 or 6 people on the steps, and we all take it seriously as a job, sort of. You know, one guy's handing out red strings, and one guy's the rabbi supporting yeshiva, and one woman, she's an old lady trying to support her household and then buy stuff for her grandkids. And another guy, I have no idea what his story is. And another guy, he's run away from his family and he's just trying to pass his time. And another guy, he's a janitor and he doesn't want to be doing that necessarily, and the money's not enough. And
So he makes more money begging.
I don't know about more money, but it's more reliable. And you don't have to deal with the headache of this person wants this thing cleaned this way and put that way. And just sit on the steps and you beg, and whatever you get, you know, you hope it's enough.
Right.
As opposed to, you know, I have a job today, do I not have a job today? Do I have a job today, do I not have a job today? And how does this person want this thing? And how does this person want that thing?
And you have a particular, like, approach. Like, you have a financial approach. You might not call it that way, or an ethos. but it's that you're raising a certain amount, and when you're done for the day.
No. That's a misnomer. Early on, somebody suggested I talk to a rabbi. There's a guy, Eagle Braverman. Maybe you've seen him around the area. I don't know if he lives here, but I know he was here for a few weeks, a couple months back. So when we were, when I was in Crown Heights in New York for yeshiva, he would come by once in a while. And in May 2010, I don't even know how we originally met, but in May 2010, I went up to him and I said, I got to get the hell out of Crown Heights. I got to get back to Toronto. Like, I'm just done with this scene. I got to go back to my roots. And he arranged for me to meet a guy to get a ride back, and I ended up crashing by that guy's place for like 9 months on his couch. And then a year later, I went back to Crown Heights for another 4 months, and he hooked me up with somewhere to stay. We actually were roommates, and a guy, David Waxers, on President Street. He would take in all the Russian guys. They would, a couple guys would crash by his place, and a couple guys would come by every Shabbat for the meals.
Is your family Russian?
No. But in 2006, 2009, I was living in a very Russian neighborhood. And when I wanted to reapproach God and Judaism and try and get some order to my life that was going nowhere, I was suggested a Russian Chabad rabbi.
Okay.
I had been volunteering with Circle of Care in Toronto.
Wow.
I was playing chess with an 86-year-old guy, a guy named Mordechai Levin, every Sunday. Played with him for about a year. One time he let me win. And he suggested I talk to this Rabbi Ger Shrubisky.
Do you volunteer here?
No. And I tried to volunteer with them again in 2018, and they threw me out because I was smoking too much weed.
Okay.
So, although I was smoking weed back in 2008, but for some reason then it wasn't a problem.
Okay.
I wasn't smoking it around Mordechai, so maybe that was the issue. That in 2018 I was smoking it around my... Anyways, so he suggested Rabbi Gersh Rubisky to speak to him regarding jobs and dating. And he also suggested another guy, Clem Bigzer, Rachamim Bigzer, just a guy of upstanding character to maybe seek as a role model. And so I reached out to both of them, and to be honest, I was disappointed with both. They just seemed to be regular people. This one's a regular rabbi, and this one's just a regular father and grandfather. But I still needed people in my life, and I continued to. Like today, I've got, I don't know how many contacts on my WhatsApp. I need people in my life. Whether I like them or not, whether we're agreeing, whether we're arguing, I need people in my life.
When you say you were disappointed because they were regular, what would you rather than regular?
I was really hoping that the rabbi had a harem of women for me to date, or at least one that actually wanted to marry somebody like me, and that he had connections to jobs that I could, start to pay rent and move forward in life.
Right.
But he had nothing of the sort. He had prayer services and Kiddush.
So just to clarify, with a harem, they're not usually there to date.
I'm using the word loosely.
Okay.
I just meant that, if he's the Chabad rabbi of the Russian community in his neighborhood, that he must know
women.
The available women who are looking for spouses.
Right.
And over the course of about 10 years of hanging around his community, I went on 2 dates, and neither one of them wanted to go on a second date.
Okay.
And these were arranged dates. It's like, I don't get it. I mean, arranged dates is supposed to be for marriage purposes. So these women didn't want that. I mean, if I just wanted to meet random women, I could go downtown, I could walk down the street.
No, it's like they meet once to see if they want to marry you or if they want to continue. And then sometimes, if they don't, then they'll want to meet someone else to marry after the first date.
Yeah,
or however
prerogative.
It doesn't, listen, it's not going well for, from what I know, like the majority of people. I shouldn't say the majority, but a lot of people, it doesn't work out. It's not just you.
Yeah. Move the video a little bit further back. I don't think I'm quite in there so much.
This way.
Got to get our
Hold on to
pretty,
it.
pretty faces.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
A while ago, I asked you a question. I don't even remember what you're answering right now.
Okay.
What did I ask?
You asked, was it like a job?
Yeah, it's like a job that you're...
You're asking what it's like begging on the steps.
Yeah, and then you got into this whole, like, New York and Toronto and all this stuff. Let's get back to the holy city, the old city of Jerusalem, and begging. Like, what is it like? What kind of people do you talk to?
Every kind. I get kind who take pity on me. I get kind that encourage me. I get kind that rebuke me. I get kind that look at me in bewilderment, like, what the hell is this guy doing? And I get all kinds. I mean, I meet on any given month thousands of people. Last night alone, there were thousands of people.
Why?
I don't know. The weather's better, I guess.
Wow.
There's only so many things in Israel to do, and the hotel's free.
Right.
Other than having to buy food on the way.
The other thing to do is protest, which yesterday and today seems to be a really big fashionable
Yeah,
trend.
it seems there's just a lot of time on people's hands, and the weather's better. People want to be outside, and so they're doing what's available.
Another thing, I find the culture very interesting in that from what I've experienced, beggars in Jerusalem are very honest, and I was told I could ask for change. And literally, you could hand somebody a 100 shekel note, and they'll say, "How much change do you want?" And I'll say, 99. You know, for the cost of one shekel. He went through like all his different coins and notes and just like
you
actually
could give 1 shekel and ask for 90 agorot back.
real like they'll.
I've had to. You have some Hasidic families that are like broke, but they still want to give something.
Wow.
Yeah, you get all kinds.
And
The worst is when somebody asks for a change of a 200. Then you got to double check it's real.
oh yeah.
And that I actually have the money on me. Because there are plenty of times like, no, sorry, I don't have change of a 200 right now. Try coming back in a month.
The audacity of somebody trying to scam a beggar.
Oh, they scammed Sarah, this old
Oh,
woman,
wow.
at least twice. At least twice.
What? So
Yeah.
sad. But because it's also an interesting factor of Jewish faith that tzedakah, giving money to the poor, is an obligation. So,
Okay, I mean, that wasn't really my motivation to get them to fulfill that obligation. I would listen to the Chabad.org Chumash and Rambam and Tanya classes on a pretty regular basis for like 5 years. And Rabbi Gordon would often quote the Jerusalem Talmud, Yerushalmi Talmud, saying that according to the Yerushalmi, tzedakah is the mitzvah. It's like, Imheya Yedu is how we would put it with the, it's like the mitzvah. And my finances have never been so great that I can do this on a regular basis. Although I have tried to. I mean, I have charts from 2012 to 2018 where I was given on a regular basis to various organizations, but it was never significant. And he's going on and on about this, and I'm like, well, you know, there's givers and there's receivers. And, well, I am in a position to be a receiver. You know, it's not the best position to be in. I'd much rather be, you know, a multi-millionaire and be able to hand out. I remember in 2008 or 2009, or maybe even earlier, I was listening to Tony Robbins' Personal Power, and he was talking about doing charity, and my mother had just cut me a check for $10,000, and I started giving away $100 at a time. Just blowing my money as fast as I could. You know.
it's a charity.
The $100, yes. Yeah.
And now, do you give 10% of your.
No, not even close. There was a time where I was very, very careful about it, but I have stopped being careful about it. I'm lucky if I give, 1% these days. So,
Why?
why? It's like asking me why I smoke. It's just easier. It's just easier.
It does.
It was one thing when all the money was coming in digitally, and I had a laptop and I could make a chart and do everything like that. But when it's coming in shekel, and for a number of years, there was also money coming into my Canadian account and my PayPal, and there was just so much in small amounts. It just got to be a headache, and I haven't had a laptop since Sukkot or around Sukkot of 2018. I can't even. I mean, technically, if I really wanted to, I can make a chart on my phone, but it'd be a pain in the ass. If I had a laptop, I could theoretically do it again.
You could also just look at the end of the day at how much money you've made.
Right. So no, I can't because I spend money constantly. I take breaks and I spend 10 shekel. I spend breaks. I spend 40 shekel. I spend breaks.
What do you spend on?
Last night I got a snack and a pack of smokes, and then there's my Rav cup, and then there's the breakfast that neither one of us is touching, and there's expenses. Things come up and things come up.
And you're generous.
Am I generous?
Like you just bought breakfast for me for this interview.
Well, I
you know?
figured we'd be doing this, and people might get hungry. I mean, I like to eat breakfast usually. I gonna either go to the soup kitchen, or if I'm still in the old city, I'll get some breakfast or yogurt or something. I'm not trying to be I mean, maybe that is the word. I'm just trying to be conscious of other people's basic needs. I mean, if I was really good, I probably wouldn't smoke around other people. You know.
Think of how much money you would save if you didn't smoke.
I know, but it's also a motivation to make money.
Because you want to buy cigarettes.
It's a double-edged sword.
As opposed to wanting to donate to other people or...
There are people worse off than me. I see them all the time, and I'm wondering, like, why is God doing that to this person?
There are people who are what?
Worse off.
Yeah.
I mean, I walk down Jaffa Street, and I see people who live on the street.
And so I want to also talk about like another hush.
I mean, even I was living in a homeless shelter in Tel Aviv, there were people living on the street, and it was really weird. Like in the middle of the night, there would be, I think, city employees would come by and give these people injections.
Of what? COVID shots?
I have no idea.
Injections?
Methadone, maybe? I have no idea.
Did the people know?
I have no idea.
Were they asleep and they
I
were
don't
just...
even remember. I just remember like going out for a smoke at like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning and seeing a bunch of people like lying on the sidewalk, and then like a city car would show up, and a male and a female would get out.
What year was this?
2019, 2020.
So before COVID?
It might have been before, it might have been in the middle of.
Okay. So I want to tell the story of when we first met. You were living in a yeshuv called Adam.
Okay, by my cousins.
Yeah, so it's like just north of Jerusalem. And after my 40 days, we basically lost touch because I wasn't...
That's not my fault. I email you, I SMS you, you don't respond.
I'm not blaming you. I'm telling a story.
Okay.
Sometimes I respond, but sometimes I can't handle it. I'll be honest. But then, out of nowhere, 2 years later, I see you at my synagogue. And it was very exciting.
Yeah.
And it turned out you'd moved in with my friend Koach. And you're a fixture in my neighborhood. So I'm happy to see you around. And how do you like living in Nachlaot?
I don't really live here. I kind of basically just sleep here. I met a British guy from Manchester this morning. He was like, "Where do you live?" I'm like, "Well, define living." I spend most of my time in the old city. You know, I don't know if I want to live there per se, but that's where I work, and that's where my lunch soup kitchen is. And if they had a breakfast and a supper one, it'd be amazing. And if somebody offered me an apartment, I might be inclined. Especially if I had a wife. That wasn't my plan originally. I really don't care where I live. I can go back to Toronto if my finances are sorted and I got a wife and an apartment. Would I prefer to live in Israel? On some levels, and on some levels, I prefer Toronto.
What do you prefer about Israel?
It's Israel.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
What do you prefer about Toronto?
I spent 33 years of my life there. It feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Israel is my homeland, but Toronto is...
Familiar.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Sometimes, if things are sorted. If things aren't sorted, so then it's also strange.
Right. Maybe one last thing I'll tell you is that a friend of mine who I mentioned you to said of you that you are a holy soul, you're a special person, and there's, I guess, more to you than meets the eye.
Who is this person?
I don't know if you'll recognize her name, Tammy or Tamar.
What's her last name?
Used to be Manor, now it's Eichenbaum.
No idea who you're talking about.
But she met you also in the old city when she made Aliyah
I have no idea who you're
from Toronto.
No idea.
But just so you know, you're a holy soul.
I have no idea. You have a picture of her?
Maybe later.
Because I have literally no idea who you're talking about. There's only one Tammy that comes to mind, and that's a second cousin of mine. And I don't think that's her, because last time we spoke, she told me to fuck off.
Well, maybe she also thinks you're a holy soul, but just said it in a different way.
I don't think she thinks I'm a holy soul. I think she thinks I'm a perv.
Okay. I'm going to move on from that story. And final question, is there any message you want to share with the world, with our respective audiences?
Any message I want to share, or any message I think is important?
Let's go with the important one.
Say pray your guts out and make whatever efforts you can.
Pray.
Yeah. Pray.
Is there anything people should pray for, or any reason to pray?
Pray for success, pray for a good life, pray for health, pray for good friends, pray for wisdom.
I would say, and I don't know whether you recognize this or not, but I think a lot of amazing things have also come your way. There are people who care about you and look out for you. And there have been a lot of maybe lucky moments in your life also that have like brought you to amazing things.
Can you give some examples?
Well, like living here with Koach and getting to see me again. And just like,
I would like to see you every day.
that's very sweet. I'm just going to close off the interview and say thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and
Well, I'm enjoying that my anxiety has gone down.
I'm happy to hear that. So, thanks. It's been a pleasure.
All right, you too.